We have some new all-time high sale prices for homes in the Albuquerque area. Let's break down the data. This is Pct of Venturi with the Venturi Group, a real broker here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know, I was unsure where we were going to come in from a year-over-year standpoint, because when we look at May of 2022, that was the previous high that we've ever seen in the Albuquerque area for both median price as well as price per square foot. And I'm going to dig into the data here. And then a little bit later on, I'm going to break this out by new construction because there's some interesting things to take away from that when we look at new construction versus resale properties. So median sale price, here it is, the new all-time high sale price in Albuquerque, $351,000 for single-family detached homes in the entire metro four-county area. If you can see, last year was our previous high, $341,000. Kind of, flattened out through the summer, kind of saw that peak there in September. And then we had a pullback through the fall and winter, like I've been talking about. And now it's been coming back up really since the beginning of the year. People ask me, it's like, well, why? Why are home prices still going up? Why did prices still go up year over year versus even after this big run up that we've had now? This goes back to 3 years. Well, it's supply and demand. It's demand is still there. Demand is steady. It's not as strong as it was in the last 21 and 22, but demand is still there. But supply is very constrained, and we'll look into that here, or look at that here in just a minute. But here's the price per square foot number, 3% versus last year. And we can also look at this a different way. If we look at it like a rolling 3 months, that gives us a bigger data set. Still 3% over last year on a price per square foot standpoint. All right, let's jump out. Let me get the monthly back up here. All right, we look at the median sale price when we break it out by new construction versus previously owned. Remember, all construction types is about 3% from last year. However, previously owned saw the biggest portion of that. Now, understand that's a much larger number of sales, but new construction actually down 17.5% on the median sale price. However, when we look at it from a price per square foot standpoint, new construction only down 4% from last year. Well, why is that? It's simple. New construction homes have gotten smaller than last year. So homes are selling in the new construction world, but to keep pricing in line with the market, the homes have gotten a little bit smaller. So we're not seeing the bigger homes selling. So that median price has come down for new construction. Now let's jump into the supply and demand numbers. And demand, we start right here with closed sales and number of homes sold. Number of homes sold down from last year, 22% versus, or 23% really, versus last May. Not a surprise if you've been following me or just seeing what's going on in the market. People just are not selling as often. So there's not as many sales. It's actually down about 25% when you average it out over that 3-month period. Days on market, this is a good measurement of demand because it tells us, okay, how quick are homes selling? How much demand is there when these homes come on the market? When we look at median days on market, it's 5 days. However, if we break it out by just homes that were previously owned, meaning resale properties, it's 4 days because new construction, well, here, let me show you it. New construction, break it out and see both of it. You can see, so new construction is much longer. What happens there is you have homes that aren't finished yet. They go into the MLS where all this data comes from. And so they're just going to have a longer time on market than resale for sure. All right, so let's break out one other thing here, which is months supply. And I want to break this one out by prices. So across the board, so month supply, that's how long would it take before all homes are sold if the same number sell and new normal homes comes on the market. Okay, I know I say that every time, but I need to clarify that. But if we break it down by price range, and now what I'm doing is I'm taking the median price, which was $350,000, and saying, okay, under that 350, it's 6.6. So what is that? 20 days or so. Not months, 20. It's funny. There was a point back in 2010, let's say 2011, maybe 2010, where we had 24 months supply of luxury homes. Those were the higher end homes. So very different. But anyway, 0.6, so about 20 days worth of homes in that under 350 and about 1.8 month supply over 350. The thing is, I mean, we just don't have enough supply, and homes that are good homes that are priced to the market are still selling very, very fast. So the demand is still there. Well, another indicator of demand is the average percent of list price. And I'm going to leave this broke out by price range. So across the board, we had, it's down from last year, but we're still 100.3% of the list price versus the final sale price when it goes under contract and then closes. In those price points under 350, it's 100.5. This is extraordinary. We've never seen numbers like this up until 2021, and you can see back here in last year we were up at 103% of the list price. So demand is still there, supply is still very low. So let's take a look at that and homes for sale. And let's leave this broke out by the price ranges because it does kind of tell a pretty good story here. Is the number of homes for sale under the 350 is down 30% from last year. Over 350, it's up about 10%. But across the board, all price ranges, the number of homes for sale is down, and a good portion of those, actually, let me break that out, is new construction. So previously owned homes down about 17%, but we look at new constructions actually up. So we're seeing more new build homes come into the MLS. Last year, even in 2021, the new builders were basically building them as fast as they can and selling them as fast as they can. Where, when interest rates spiked last summer, the builders started to get a little bit more backlog of inventory, a little bit more supply that they could actually put and list on the market. All right, last thing, new listings. This is really I don't know what you're going to call it, but basically this is the issue right now is people just aren't listing as often as they had in the past. Now we're looking at just a monthly data here, but new listings are down, and I'm just going to look at just previously owned so we can get a sense of that. Or actually, no, let me get all three here. Previously owned down 24% versus last year. New construction's up, like I just talked about. Again, we can't compare to last year because it wasn't a normal year, but really all construction types down. But if we look at this from a annualized standpoint, so now we're looking at a rolling 12 months, the previously owned homes, the number of homes being listed down 23% versus the year before, which is down from the year before that. So again, people just aren't listing their homes for sale as much as they have in the past. Here's a better, little more striking data set here. And let's get crazy with this. Let's go back 10 years, and you can see we had peak of homes being listed for sale, about 15,000, peaked out in 2019 annually. Dropped down, obviously, at the beginning of the pandemic, definitely put a stall on people listing. It was kind of steady there through 21 and 22, and then, through 21 and then through 22, and then into this year. Just people aren't moving as often. They're just staying put. A lot of that has to do with the low interest rates that people have locked in, which is great because their housing cost is locked in, and they don't have a rent that goes up every month. Okay, I'm a little biased on that, but I really do believe that home ownership is affordable housing, especially over the long term. Maybe not the short term, but over the long term for sure. So I know a lot of information there. If you've got any questions, you can reach out to us. We're the Venturi Group at Real Broker, 505-448-8888. Thanks for watching and take care.